Hi, good afternoon everyone. So today we are very lucky to have Miss Dawn Yip. So I'm sure she is not a stranger to the Singapore beauty and hair industry.
Hi Catherine, hi everybody.
Hi. Okay, so the reason why we are speaking to Dawn today is
Yes.
because she is of course everybody knows, she is the Chief Marketing Director of GNIP Group,
Yes.
and as well she is a relatively new appointed VP for SWAS.
Actually, it's almost the second term already.
Almost second term, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, today we need to talk a little bit about SWAS, which is the Spa and Wellness Association
of Singapore.
And also in line, one of their biggest events so far will be the IBWP. So
Yes.
we'll also touch a little bit about what Dawn will be sharing with us
Yes.
during the event,
Yeah.
because she will be one of the panelist speakers
Yes.
to talk about branding,
And personal grooming, yes.
yeah,
And
so
personal branding, yes.
personal branding. Excited. Okay, so Dawn, actually, I do have a few questions for you. Okay, so you know, sometimes when I speak to some colleagues in the industry, they say, "Oh, SWAS, we haven't really heard much about the association."
Yes.
So, like, I would really want to find out a little bit more
Yes.
about like your involvement with
Yes.
SWAS.
Actually, SWAS, as you say, is the Spa Wellness Association, Spa and Wellness Association in
Yes.
Singapore. So this is quite not a very new association, but I got involved about 2 years ago.
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
And when Edward invited me to become the Exco committee, so I say, what can I help, and what is I mean, of course, being in the industry for more than almost 30 years, you know, in this industry.
So, so Edward, he is the president
Yes,
of
the
SWAS,
president.
right? Yeah.
So he invited me to join the Exco. So I say, what can I help? He said, well, with your experience, you can help. And when I study and read about the mission and what is the whole mission of the SWAS, SWAS. Sorry, one more time. So when I heard that, so I said, okay, let me go and check it out. So I checked out the mission. It's very in line with our business, and especially in the environment now.
Right.
We digitize, we need a lot of upgrading of skills, we need a lot of association and a lot of collaboration work. I think it's very timely that I joined the association and see how much I can help to contribute to the industry as industry-wide. I mean, being in the industry for so many years, I hope I can share my experiences as well as some of my knowledge with the people in our industry.
Amazing. So like, so SWAS, other than the hair, you guys also touch on spa and wellness.
Yes. Actually, SWAS is really covers a wide range of all the businesses related to the wellness, beauty, and of course even fitness is in, you know, anything that make you well, beautiful and fit. It's in the industry. So we have a different sector in charge. We have the spa, we have the hairdressing, we have the beauty, and now in fact there's the education. SWAS brought in the Pearson, in collaboration with Pearson, the BTEC program.
So actually, this Pearson BTEC is specifically a competency, sort of qualification for
qualification.
hair, right? Can we
Not only for hair, for every industry, because Pearson is a 100 over years company, they have a lot of, so actually it's not just on the technical skills, but I felt that there was a lot of interesting programs for people to educate the people on marketing, on salon management, HR, and everything like that.
The entire business thing.
Rather than just the technical skills, because a lot of the schools here, in fact, we have our ITE, we have the private schools to teach the hair, the beauty, and all that. And now, especially when we are talking about hair, we focus on the hair.
Yes.
Most of them have the competency, but they lack in management skills. Maybe they lack in marketing skills, or even in how to go about to bring their brands to the market. So these are the programs that's very interesting, I think, to upgrade our skills and skill set, not just on the technical skills, but all these soft skills and management skills.
Right. So am I right to say that the reason why SWAS bring in this BTEC education qualification is seeing the lack in the market?
Yes, and also the really need, because, you know, as we evolve now, technical skills in the 70s and 80s, you know, everybody is very concerned. But now our competence in the technical skills, I'm very sure we are quite there already.
Definitely,
but yet, a lot of salons and SMEs, they are lacking in the HR skills or the management skills. And of course, even talking about career development can be a challenge to all these SMEs. Yeah.
And even, am I right also to say that like with the younger generation of the practitioner in our industry, like they will go into some, if they go into a bigger size salon, the whole setup is there. You have your HR, operation, blah, blah, blah. So the direction path is there. But when we talk about the smaller salon owners, which make up, I would say, 60 to 70% of the practitioner, they do not have this sort of like, kind of like full circle kind of, like, you know, the boss is the one that does everything basically.
With entrepreneurs,
and when
actually it's interesting because, you know, most of them are entrepreneurs. I mean, our company started as entrepreneur. My sister started, Jean Yip herself, started, and then eventually she bring in, you know, every one of us with all the management skills and everything to build the business. But of course, it takes time. But now the world has changed, you know. Besides entrepreneurial skills, we need to have management skills also to keep ourselves, you know, connected to the world. So there is a very urgent need for all of us to be connected. So I think it's really timely to have this kind of program to educate, you know, people of our industry. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I think is very, very important because once you have that so-called skill set and even to be connected, you can learn from each other. It's not like the days in the past, you know, I keep my secret, this is my trade secret. No, now the whole world, all knowledge are actually available to everybody and we can share. And actually in sharing, collaboration, we can do a much, much bigger business for ourselves and for the whole community. I think this is one thing that I think all the practitioners, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're just a so-called freelance hairstylist or beautician, is the same thing.
So also on top of all this competency, qualification, what are the other areas that like hair salon owners or hairdressers that we can sort of like expect from SWAS? Like any kind of like get together, you know, industry get together.
Okay, firstly, because for our association, we have beauty, you know, we have hair, spas, we have salon, you know, fitness. So basically, we have different sector. But for I think the first thing is, one of the mission is to improve the competency. So education is very important. We focus, and that's why SWAS took lead to bring in the Pearson BTech program, and which is actually recognized, you know, and then you can get funding. Okay. The
so
second,
this Pearson program, are they? Can you share with our audience? Are they like government recognized kind of qualification?
Yes. Actually, what you do, you have to go to the SWAS website, and then we have the list of schools that is qualified to do the program. And it's very different from the normal program. It's highly flexible because we know we are catering for
adult
upgrading.
Learning.
Yes, adult learning, skills future, you know.
Correct.
Skills future. So it's different. You don't need to go sit in a classroom.
So
but
now
of
that
course,
you mentioned, sorry to interrupt, now that you mentioned Skill Future, are these courses also under the Skill Future subsidized?
Yes, it will be recognized, yes.
Awesome.
You can get subsidies.
Okay, so I will include the information about this at the show notes.
Yes, later I will share with you what are the things, what are the schools, and then the second thing is the association also actually bring. In fact, this year is really very, very, very interesting, exciting year for SWAS, because this year Singapore and SWAS is hosting the AFCA Olympics. Actually, every year, you know, this AFCA program is going around the world for the hair competition to get the hairstylists and all this to join. Not only hair, but hair, beauty, makeup, and all nails, nails, and everything in the industry. So last year was in Macau, and this year Singapore is the host of the AFCA Olympics.
Right. So it will happen together with the IBWP forum,
that 2
right?
days, in October. So I think this is a great opportunity for you to showcase your skills and also to get connected to the world. It's not just Singapore alone. I mean, now you know that the world is a different, you know, globalization, and the world is getting smaller. We learn a lot from each other. So I think this is a very great opportunity, and if all these hairstylists or nail to come and compete and also learn. You know, it's not just about competition
it's not just
and
about
winning.
the prize.
Yes, it's also to learn and exchange and see, you know, what is the trend. How are we going to improve ourselves? And it would be a great motivation, if you get some prizes, right?
Yes,
and then
of
you can
course.
showcase.
Yeah.
And I believe this is not just for the Singapore market. It's good for us to actually because actually the Singapore brand is really very recognized worldwide. You know,
Without a doubt,
so so this year we are very proud that we are hosting it in Singapore, and SWAS take lead in this.
Awesome.
So I will encourage all of you to come and join the forum or join the competition. Yes.
Right. Yeah. And even if you it's like, you know, like, because the golden seasons also just ended, so a lot of our hairdressers, they are already so tired. But even if like this year is a bit late to join the competition, you can come and expose yourself. And
I don't
attend
think
the
it's late. I
event.
mean, if you have joined a competition like hair cutting, it's just about skills. You know, you can actually sort of duplicate some of your your work. You know, that you can share, because golden scissors is one, but this one is really the world.
International.
Yes, international.
Yeah, so we get contestants from the ASEAN region.
Not ASEAN, the world.
Oh, internationally.
Yes,
wow.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
definitely looking forward to that. So, so since you will be one of the panel speaker for the forum, can you share a little bit more? What can we expect on that day itself?
Okay, for the forum is a lot on the specific about actually upgrading not only our skill set, but also so-called our personality, our personal branding, which I think is really, really very important. For example, you yourself, you know, although you are you started as a hairstylist, but now you are into this kind of social media business. And actually all of us with a social media platform can be celebrity, can be, we call it KOL, which is key opinion leaders.
Right.
So that would actually help to enhance your value, your brand value, and also showcase your talents and skills to the world. Not like last time you have to pay millions of dollars to be on air. You know, now anybody can be famous, right? This is your chance.
And now with so many media platforms, we should kind of like learn to put our brand out there.
Yes, and harness, you know, the technology is there. It's just that you have to do a bit of work, hard work, and also come up with ideas. You know, in fact, sometimes it's not just yourself. It's like me sharing with you some ideas that we learn something. And I believe that the world is going to be like that for the rest of our life. It's not that you are just stop learning. You have to continue learning every day, and it's very exciting for me.
Right. So when talk about personal branding, like, what are the, because branding is a word that, like, sometimes I share with some peers, not necessarily hairdressers, you know, like they will feel like, branding is like a very business organization kind of word. You know, like the idea of like, I'm just a hairdresser working in a salon. Why do I need to worry about branding?
No, I mean, okay, the word branding sounds very corporate, but actually, don't you think that everyone has a personality, and that personality, that if you can bring out and be influencers, because influence the opinions, like a so-called key opinion leaders, that you can influence even your customers to have this hairstyle or this color hair.
That alone is branding.
Is branding already. But of course, there must be some skills, some technique, and some kind of discipline involved. It's not just, you know, haphazardly you do it. There must be, So that's what we will be sharing in the forum.
I see. So like, can I dig a little bit deeper? So for example, like not everyone, but most people, like we have our own Facebook account, we have our own Instagram account. So that on its own is a way that we shout out our brand to the rest of the world, client, family, and friends, right? And one of the questions that pop up a lot is, should I have a separate account for personal and for my work?
Up to you. Because there are some people, they don't like to show their personal things in the public, so you can have a public account. I mean, you know, it's like free, you know, sort of. But what you need to do is to make your content very interesting. So it's not easy. That is hard work.
And takes time as well.
Yes, it takes time, but you must have an interest in it. And for example, especially in the hair industry, when you do your work, you can see, you know, the work that you transform people's look, people's style. it's such a beautiful industry. That's why I'm very happy. I'm very glad to be in this industry, because we see life-changing moments where somebody, you know, they look so tired, and then suddenly I want to change. It's like the first step, an endorsement for their very positive, confidence.
Yes.
So you change the hairstyle, the color, and then they look so great. Then they say, oh my goodness, I never knew I can look like that. So we always say, 世界上没有丑女人啊，只有懒的女人. I mean, not talking about only 女人, even 男人 also the same.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
correct.
So basically, the interesting and the most important value our industry to give to the public, to our customers, is actually to make them look better, feel better, and more confidence. So I believe with that you can capture, this is the industry that you can actually capture, your work, right? So don't you think it's so beautiful?
It is.
So that's why, I mean, then you should share. Okay, that's one aspect. The other aspect that I think is also, now they have education videos and all, which can be quite useful.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So showcasing a video rather than just a picture, right?
Of course, you need a lot of time. These are your extra time. It's not like when you're doing your work, you can't, but you have to plan all these things. It's not that easy, but it's not that difficult too, because I'm sure with nowadays, with technology and even the price of cameras and everything, even your iPhone can do the job.
Definitely.
So it's quite amazing.
Now we are literally recording on an iPhone.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think that being said, everyone can do and market themselves. Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so so just now I'd like to focus a little bit more on education, because I mean,
that's the key. Yes.
Everyone can agree the importance of education. And sometimes when you are giving a speech to an audience, or maybe like internally with your staff members, everybody nod their head, education. But when you start talking about planning your calendar to actually go, somehow or other, all the excuses start popping up. Time,
so that is
money, blah blah blah. So and I believe that is a issue that big or small organization, we all have the same problem.
First of all, I must say that our Singapore government, I'm so grateful to our government to come up with the Skills Future that actually subsidize the costs, and that is a wonderful thing to do, because you really can upgrade and create a better life for people with education. And that they can give up to 70%.
Yes.
Funding. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what is so special that the BTEC program is because of the flexibility. The flexibility in terms of, coming for classes, and here you have, of course, you still need to have a certain number that lock in. You also can use your on-the-job training, and also writing your own thesis. So there are many ways to make this flexible, rather than, okay, I have to sit in this school, wait, within 1 year I must finish. No, the system goes by a modular system, which is very amazing. You can take, a total number of credit points, which is the new way of education in America and all the world.
Flexibility.
Yes, because we are not academic exercise. It's just, this is one to actually upgrade your skills, and you can get a diploma and all that, if you're hardworking with 600 credit points. So yeah, I suggest go to the website or inquire from all the providers.
Okay, all right, amazing. So what else can we expect from the IBWP?
IBWP is
well
to share the future of this industry, and what are the so-called the trends. That's very important, because you must not make sure that you're in the right, trend. Now, the other thing is, I think basically is the networking also, networking session that we can get to meet all the people in the industry, and also not only in the industry, like I say, people with the technology, and of course a lot of government funding that help the SMEs. So that is very interesting. And that will be one part. The other part is the part that I think is very interesting, is actually to get connected, I mean, via SWAS as an association, to actually, SWAS also help a lot of our local industry to do international exhibition in like Cosmoprof and all that. And these are all government funded, but of course you have to go through the system, So I think there are a lot of things that SWAS can help to grow the industry.
I think personally it's so important that we have platforms available for the industry to come
Yes.
together. Otherwise, like every day we're just busy with our clients and
they
the
don't know.
business.
In fact,
So
a
many
lot
resources we
a
don't
lot of the
know, yeah.
resources is there, but they don't know how to tap on it. So if you come to the forum, you get to connect to all the people who can help you and guide you through how to get your funding, how to get your help, whatever you need. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
you.
Thanks for coming to share with us today.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, and I hope you have a great day. And please come for the forum as well as the AFCA competition.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye bye.